now that the album's done, do we move on to wedding planning now? Is that the...
No, I'm actually shooting season 5 of Only Murders right now. He has to do some work stuff too, so.
Now you're planning the wedding, and I'm sure the music's going to be amazing.
Well, yeah, we're definitely not planning exactly this road, but we do want to make sure.
Selena Gomez is doing her best to keep a low profile and focus on what's ahead with Blanco. Still, Justin and Hailey somehow keep pulling her love life into their drama. It's strange. Why would Selena even get involved with whatever they've got going on? On the surface, things between her and Benny should be stable. Even after all that noise about him possibly getting a little too close to her best friend, Teresa Marie, that mess nearly tore them apart. But it doesn't need to be brought up again. Benny has stayed by Selena's side. In a recent interview, he mentioned that he's figuring out how to keep her happy and said he's doing everything the right way. It was a sweet sentiment, though it also felt like he was trying too hard to convince everyone he's a good guy. Honestly, no one's accusing him of being the bad one here. And then there's the engagement. They got engaged late last year during a quiet, private picnic, just the two of them.
Changed your life.
What do you mean? Look at me. She's the best thing that's ever happened in my life. She's my best friend. You know, they say, like, when you know, you know. Like, and I never believed that my whole life, but I actually met my best friend. Like, if we were the only people left on Earth, I would be completely fine spending every moment with nobody else in the world except her. My mom was like, people like you. And I was like, okay. And then like Selena actually showed me one of them of like, she was like, oh my God, my friend just sent me this. And it was like a person like sitting down their husband and being like, you have to watch this interview full. You have to be. And I was like getting hate from guys being like, dude, like, now I have to be a better boyfriend.
The whole setup looked totally staged, like a Taco Bell ad with props everywhere. Seriously, they were eating Taco Bell as if it was part of some sponsorship deal. Imagine getting proposed to with a Crunchwrap Supreme while 3 cameras film the entire thing. There's no way that moment wasn't planned just to grab attention. Apparently, Benny didn't need to trade burritos for that engagement ring. He's made plenty of money producing big hits. Still, during his latest interview, he randomly threw out a line saying, "Don't settle, ladies. Not for a guy who uses more hair gel than you." A weird comment, especially from someone who once openly said he's not big on showering and likes to let his juices marinate. People definitely haven't forgotten that one.
Myself, how can I make Selena's day better? Like what can I do in my day to make her day better? Because then that makes my day better. And I wanted to find a person like that. And I know when Selena wakes up, like the first thing she's thinking is like, how can I make his day better? And we have such a give and take. Like I could never even see a world where I would ever yell at her. She would ever yell at me. Like we don't argue like that. Like I feel like we just have conversations. Like there's never an argument. Sometimes she'll say, "This is so funny."
Oh boy.
She'll go, "I'm feeling a little irritated and I think I need like 25 minutes." And I'll say, "Okay." And then I give her space. And then after like 5 minutes, she texts me. She's like, "Hey, will you come back?" But it's knowing that, and we have the proper boundaries set with each other. Like, I don't have to be on top of her every second. She doesn't have to be on top of me every second we're together. I just want to know she's in the house so I can say like, "Hey, I love you," and then go back to what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because look, we're both highly independent people, okay?
Honestly, Selena might have made the best decision by moving on from Justin. She's definitely leveled up. Benny seems genuinely devoted to her and has even talked about how much he's learned from his own past mistakes and from watching other people screw things up. At 37, he said, "I hope I know how to treat a woman by now." What makes this even more interesting is that Benny used to be pretty close with Justin back in the early days. Justin would show up at the studio, vent about his relationship with Selena, and Benny would just sit there, listening. In a way, he might have figured out exactly how not to treat her just by watching Justin's behavior. Benny even admitted he's learned from people around him, maybe even former friends, and would think, yeah, I'm never doing that. So now he's in this relationship with a clear idea of what works and what doesn't, thanks to seeing Selena's ex make mistake after mistake.
Selena and Benny's wedding will follow a formula. I think it's going to follow feeling. I think the goal would be to create a kind of lived-in, heart-forward environment that feels curated but never staged. I don't see a perfectly polished mood board, but I see textures, joyful messiness, overlapping moments, cozy corners, and luxury that's really rooted in making people feel held. This won't be a wedding that feels sterile or like overly curated. I think Benny's style is eclectic and grounded in comfort, while Selena's is timeless and quietly intentional. So I'm gonna expect color and pattern mixing. Think like unexpected combos that just work. Moroccan rugs with velvet banquettes, sculptural florals next to handmade ceramics. I think of spaces that will feel more kind of like a home than a venue. So something inviting, layered, and personal. I'm thinking also
That's basically like having a cheat code. Benny even admitted he watches his friends do sweet things for their partners and then uses those ideas with Selena. He's literally out here taking notes and putting them to good use. It's like he's a relationship watchdog, always watching, always learning, and now he's making sure he seals the deal. He and Selena got engaged late last year, and the wedding plans are clearly moving forward. Ed Sheeran already let it slip back in May that he'd RSVP'd for the big day. So yeah, something's obviously happening. But then Benny tried to downplay it, saying Ed didn't get a real invite, just a casual heads up. Really? Who gives a casual wedding heads up without a date or plan? Come on. If you're telling Ed Sheeran about it, the vibe, the timing, and probably even the caterer are already set.
On making this album with him, what are you going to remember most about this part of your relationship?
That I get to show this piece of work to our kids one day.
Oh.
We really wanted to do that so that we had something together.
Wow, I'm emotional thinking about that. How?
Still, Selena and Benny are acting like they've only just begun planning their wedding. But let's be honest, with Selena's kind of money, this event could easily rival a full-on Hollywood production. There's no way she's going for a casual backyard setup with plastic cups and folding chairs. And let's not forget, Selena was at Britney Spears' wedding, so now everyone's wondering, will Britney make the guest list for hers? Just picture it. Big-name celebrities, custom designer outfits, paparazzi hiding in the bushes. It's bound to be a star-studded spectacle. Even TikTok creators are jumping in, posting their own wild predictions of how the wedding might go. Here's an interesting detail. Selena has already said there won't be a traditional first dance. In an interview, she admitted, "We're not planning on doing one of those. It's a little embarrassing." Benny agreed, saying she's shy. But let's be real. Most people only get that shy when there's a massive A-list crowd staring them down. Skipping the first dance probably says a lot about how huge this guest list will be.
It's done. Do we move on to wedding planning now? Is that the...
No, I'm actually shooting season 5 of Only Murders right now. He has to do some work stuff too, so.
Now you're planning the wedding, and I'm sure the music's going to be amazing.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely, we're definitely not planning exactly this road, but we do want to make sure.
Can you imagine a wedding without the classic first dance? It feels unusual, but Benny is fine with skipping it if that's what makes Selena comfortable. You can see in interviews how much he lets her take the lead. What really touched people, though, was when Benny opened up about wanting to be a dad. He said he's been hoping and manifesting fatherhood for years, and you could tell he meant it. For a while, there were rumors he already had a child, but it turned out he once helped raise his ex's kid. He shared, "I love kids. I love being an uncle, but I want to be a dad for real." That's emotional, especially because Selena has been open about how lupus affects her chances of getting pregnant. She said it could be risky for both her and the baby. If they decide to have children, it'll probably be through adoption or surrogacy. And knowing Hollywood, surrogacy seems more likely. Either way, it's clear they're planning a life together. Love, marriage, and building a family in their own way. But not everyone is happy for them. Justin hasn't seemed the same since the engagement news broke. He's been posting cryptic captions, deleting old photos, and fans claim he's been lurking on Selena fan pages, liking old posts and stirring up drama. Hailey, meanwhile, has stayed silent. No congratulations, no reaction. Just posting photos where her smiles look forced, as if trying to convince everyone things are fine. Benny, on the other hand, has stayed mature. No messy tweets, no digs, just calm, focused energy. Still, people keep comparing this relationship to Selena's past with Justin, calling it real healing, saying she finally chose peace. But peace in Hollywood doesn't mean zero drama. Fans are asking whether Justin will let this go or stir up more trouble before Selena's big day. things got messy again when he showed up on Instagram Live wearing that old necklace, the one Selena gave him years ago that everyone thought was gone. Suddenly, it's back, and the internet is exploding with theories. Some think he's trolling, others think it's heartbreak resurfacing. Either way, it's not a good look. Sources say Hailey's had enough, telling friends she's tired of living in her husband's past. And honestly, who could blame her? Selena hasn't said a word about it. No reaction, no shady posts, just quietly glowing and preparing for her wedding. Benny's staying locked in, calm, and unbothered. But with Justin tossing out emotional curveballs, fans can't help but wonder, what's his deal? Is he trying to ruin Selena's big moment, or just struggling to watch her build a life with someone else? The love triangle may be over, but the drama is far from gone. Benny even said, "I said I love you first this year," and Selena replied with something sweet about their album being special for their future kids. It's cute, and shows how serious they are about building a family. Still, Selena makes moves that keep people guessing. Like, why is she paying attention to Hailey at all? Recently, she liked a post celebrating Hailey's skincare brand hitting Ulta shelves. Meanwhile, Justin didn't even acknowledge Hailey's Vogue cover. No like, no comment. Then Selena reposted a quote saying, "You matter. Your voice matters. Your heart matters. You are worth so much more," adding, "You know who this is about." She told followers to like the post if they know, which felt like a subtle nod to Hailey, as if saying, "I see you, and I know he's not treating you right." It gave the vibe of an ex's new fiancé quietly watching from the sidelines, seeing Justin spiral, still caring in her own way. While fans connect the dots, Selena's been spotted in NYC with her real bestie, Taylor Swift. They were seen at Monkey Bar, calm and confident, just enjoying their night out. Selena later posted, "Yes, you did that, Tay," after Taylor reclaimed her masters from Scooter Braun. Imagine the conversation at that table. Taylor, Selena, Blake Lively, with all the drama about Justin, Hailey, and Scooter floating around. TikTok went wild imagining that dinner, joking it was filled with tea, laughter, and fancy cocktails. Back in 2020, Taylor called her friendship with Selena a true sisterhood, saying, "From the moment I met her, I knew I'd always have her back," and even admitted she might never forgive someone who hurt Selena. Clearly a nod to Justin. Selena has said Taylor's flown in to support her through the hardest times. Family struggles, heartbreak, everything. Their bond runs deep. One fan joked about walking into a restaurant and seeing Taylor and Selena together, imagining the conversation as pure gold. Of course, social media can't stay kind for long. Someone commented that Selena's slick ponytail looked painful, which anyone who's worn that style knows is true. Selena didn't respond, but everyone felt that pain. Another fan suggested Selena and Taylor swap outfits, imagining how they'd rock each other's styles. Then came nastier comments, claiming Selena's had too much work done. Baseless rumors with no facts. Someone else joked the tea at that dinner must have been boiling, and honestly, they're probably right. Meanwhile, a single critique of Taylor's latest outfit sparked pregnancy rumors about her and Travis Kelce. Fans started calling it America's royal baby before anything was confirmed. The speculation never stops. But let's bring it back. What do you think about Selena and Benny? Are they truly in it for the long haul? Or is this just a honeymoon phase? And skipping the first dance, cool or a little odd for a wedding? And the Taco Bell thing, yay or yikes? Honestly, knowing them, they might roll up with a full Taco Bell truck, serve custom wedding Crunchwrap Supremes, and make it a whole event. Benny would totally do that. If Mr. Bell himself existed, they'd probably invite him to... That's it for now. Hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with someone who lives for the drama. I'll see you in the next one. And just so you know, Taylor's outfit is still sparking baby rumors with Travis. People are already calling it royal baby status if it happens. But for now, let's end on this. Is Selena skipping the first dance because she's shy? Or just making the wedding her own? Would you eat Taco Bell at a wedding if it came with custom crunch wraps and full service? And be honest, if you were invited to Selena and Benny's big day, Would you sneak in hot sauce in your purse? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and share this video. For more celebrity drama next time.